Hatteras Island is one of the most remarkable places on the east coast of America, sticking out into the Atlantic Ocean where the Labrador and the Gulf Stream converge to form this headland with a great lighthouse, Cape Hatteras. But it's also well known because it has one of the most remarkable archaeological sequences of Native American culture surviving on the Outer Banks. And it's this culture that we've been investigating for the last few years. In the 16th century, it was probably known as Croatoan Island, and this is the place where the Elizabethan colonists may have ended up after their colony was abandoned by Elizabethans who were trying to colonize here. And when John White came to investigate what happened to his colonists, he found carved onto the palisade of the fort they'd erected the words Croatoan, suggesting that they had come here to this island. So the story of this island is not just one of Native Americans, but also that of contact between Europeans, English people on the one hand, and the Native American culture on the other. The Hatteras project is a strongly orientated community archaeology project, and we're extremely fortunate to have the cooperation of a local archaeological society, the Croatoan Archaeological Society, and a band of eager volunteers. Their help is absolutely essential to the success of our project. They help curate and store the finds, and in fact have a small museum in Hatteras village where many of our best artefacts are placed on display. And it's really very exciting to see the way in which the local community have strongly responded to this academic research to give essentially a real sense of history to this remarkable island.
All the years I've lived here, I've heard stories from the people who have lived here that, you know, the lost colony was never lost. It was on Hatteras Island. We're where the lost colony were. We're part of the lost colonists. And I would listen and I'd hear stories just in passing, you know, here and there. And it made me think, you know, what if they were here? So the possibilities of finding the actual location of where they really were and they weren't really lost, and that we're part of them and they're part of us is pretty amazing.
People lived on the Outer Banks for thousands of years before any Europeans showed up, and when they did, the game changed. It was just totally different, and so it's interesting to know, and I suppose we can still take lessons away from it as well. And it's just it's fun to work with people who are excited about doing something that's, I think, is a benefit to mankind personally.
So Mark Horton just mentioned it in a lecture one day, in the way that Mark does, just drop into things into conversation, said, why don't you come to America? And I thought, yeah, absolutely, why not? You know, see a bit of the world. There's so much media surrounding the lost colony, so there's plenty of YouTube documentaries you could go and watch, and the play, etc, etc. So to have that sort of excitement before you go, and to feel that you're part of something that's important and is big news kind of thing, you know, it was just, you know, made for me kind of thing, because it appeals to my sense of adventure. So yeah, and then I got out here, had a, you know, best 2.5 weeks of my life. It was amazing. So many cool people, both locals and, you know, people from university you get so much closer to. It draws people. We have people coming from Kentucky as well, like driving however far they had to come just to be here and be part of the project. And it's just a really nice thing to be part of.
The reason I came was because my parents posted me the National Geographic article, like, did you know that your school is doing this? And I was like, oh, that's so cool. And when I found out that I was going to be coming, I rang them straight away and they were so excited. And I think I would definitely come back every year, year after year.
So, hang on.
Oh, look at that!
Okay.
I kind of felt felt like he was kind of a Santa Claus. He was a very intelligent Santa Claus.
He's enigmatic and very much the quintessential English-eccentric that I think every American envisions. And his attitude is always positive, and I think he keeps the whole group enthused and shaking with hilarity a lot, which is great because it keeps the momentum going. It's fantastic.
He's almost like a stereotypical eccentric English archaeologist, and yet I've never met anyone else like him.
Mark Horton is simply Mark Horton. There are no other Mark Hortons. There is only him.